what's really the key issue now to
Found. I mean, it's kind of hard not to, over time, become an egomaniac.
With your host, Richard Curtin of Marshall Radio.
That always makes me giggle.
It does me too.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Just Keep Breathing. This is the Friday edition. We have less than a week left until the monumental
November
election for president. In my in-studio guest today, welcome back to Michelle Hart.
Hi, everybody. Returning once again to
Do you have a title today that we're going to give you?
A title?
Yeah,
what kind of title?
You know, like
are we talking like my new moniker for the show?
Yeah, I mean, today, are you staunch Republican? Are you right-wing Republican? Are you teabagger Michelle Hart?
Conservative goddess will do.
Conservative goddess.
Conservative goddess will do, peasant.
Well, on Tuesday, you were here, and
I was.
We had a nice little hour talk, actually 47 minutes.
47 minutes of you steamrolling me.
We have some technical difficulties. So, I'm going to start with the same question I started with last time. Who is Mitt Romney, Michelle Hart?
Yes, but are you going to let me speak this time, or are you going to just steamroll me? Oh, that means I get to answer. Cool.
So who is Mitt Romney, Michelle Hart? Who is he?
Well, he's another American like the rest of us, but he believes that the government needs to be out of our lives and not in our lives. What he believes is that the way for people to be prosperous is to let them keep the money they earn and not waste it on unneeded government programs. I mean, it's the 20th century. Yeah, I'm sure PBS is valuable in 1970, but it's not valuable anymore. And there's no reason that the taxpayers, the general public, should fund it when 95% don't even watch it. Most people watch YouTube. They watch, the Kardashians. I mean, do you actually know anybody that is religiously watching PBS or listening to the PBS lineup? No, their viewership is like nothing compared to even the non-cable news outlets. So it's just not needed anymore. In the 70s, the 50s, sure, it's not needed anymore. So throwing a fit because we're going to cut the funding for it or reduce funding for it is, which is more important to you? Saving the nation or paying a bunch of people to sit there and have nobody listen to them? Kind of silly. Considering that they make millions on merchandising for Sesame Street, they really don't need the taxpayer money anymore. So, getting that right out of the box. So, and that's one example. There's another example, and this is a Texas example, which I found out about a few weeks ago, or about 6 months ago. Did you know that the state of Texas actually has some tax somewhere hidden somewhere, and if your car breaks, they will actually pay you a certain percentage of the repair bill? Now, I've lived here for 15, 20 years. Had no idea this even existed.
What is it called?
I don't even know. I had to get my car fixed, and the mechanic was telling me about it. I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" He goes, "Oh yeah, no, we have all the paperwork here." I was just like, "You are out of your mind." I am paying for all these other people to get their car fixed, and I've been doing it for decades. Why? But that's another useless program that almost nobody knows about and almost nobody uses or takes advantage of. The free phones thing, back in the 70s, they came up with a telecom tax
What does this have to do with Mitt Romney? Is he just
He
going
wants
to
to
get
get-
rid of it all?
He wants to get rid of those things because there's no point in the American taxpayer buying people's cell phones and paying their phone bill. Why shouldn't you and I pay for, some guy in Duluth, Mississippi to have a cell phone? Why is it my responsibility to not only pay my phone bill, but pay his too? So getting rid of that stuff doesn't mean that he hates America and he's going to destroy us. It means that he's going to get the government out of the way, get the government out of people's lives. If you want it, go earn it. If you don't want it, then don't go earn it. But don't make this other guy over here pay for it.
I don't know this cell phone.
If you look on your phone bill, if you pull out your phone bill, whether it's a landline or a cell phone, it has a line service fee tax, and it's like $2 or something, depending on your carrier and some other variables. And that $2 goes to the federal government, and they use that $2 to pay for the bureaucracy that hands out free cellular phones and pays the phone bill for those phones for people that are impoverished. And I'm thinking, if you have a flat screen TV, you're not that impoverished.
What about FEMA?
Oh, the miserable failure that FEMA is? Considering that the Red Cross does a better job than FEMA does, and they're a private company.
President Romney, or candidate Romney, has flip-flopped on FEMA, so where does he really stand on it?
He'd like to reduce funding for it. Maybe not completely eliminate it, but reduce a lot of the bureaucracy on it and take FEMA from the primary source of resolving problems and put them as a support mechanism, kind of like the National Guard. If there's a riot, the local police are there, and then the National Guard are there to back up the local police if it gets out of hand. But you don't need, it's like, oh my God, Walmart got broken into. Let's call the National Guard. No, you call the Dallas police. And then if it turns into something way out of control, then maybe we need to get the National Guard involved as a backup to the local police, rather than having FEMA be the lead. And I mean, you see what a wonderful job they're doing in New Jersey right now, and what a wonderful job they did during Katrina. They were miserable failures.
Has Mitt Romney done a good job with what's going on in New York and New Jersey?
Well, it's not really his job because he's a candidate. He's not the president.
But he's running for president, and I think he should. I think that he should be at least making an effort to show that he understands how the Red Cross works.
He's been working with the Red Cross. Donald Trump
exactly. He has
donated a ton of food and stuff like that. So
and if you go to their website. The Red Cross website, it says specifically, and it has for years, they do not handle hard goods.
Yeah.
They take blood and money.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Romney campaign bought $5,000 worth of hard products on their own, and turned what was going to be a victory rally into a relief rally, where he said he wasn't going to bash Obama, but yet he did. And he not only brought $5,000 worth of hard products, but he encouraged other people to do so that they could donate to the Red Cross.
But they did that during Katrina too. You had a lot of people, and
but
even during
the candidate that wants to be president doesn't understand the workings of the Red Cross. That specifically, even I know and have known for probably a decade that the Red Cross does not take hard goods.
I don't think they ever have.
I don't know that, but I've known for a very long time they take cash
for a very long time,
and they take blood, and that's it.
The Salvation Army. Now the Salvation Army takes money, blood, durable goods, but as far as I know, I don't think the Red Cross has ever taken durables.
I don't think they have either.
I'm not
So-
sure, but I don't believe they ever
So
have.
if he doesn't understand how the Red Cross works, maybe he doesn't understand how FEMA works. Maybe he doesn't understand how this little cell phone tax works. How can I trust that he understands how any of these programs work if he doesn't understand the Red Cross and how the Red Cross works? How can I or
Yeah.
any other one or any people trust anything that he says because he flip-flops so much? And I actually think that this Red Cross thing was a media event for him to take pictures of giving out durable goods to people in Ohio, not New Jersey or New York. And so this rally for relief was in Ohio for the people of New York and New Jersey. So
Well, it'd be kind of hard to have a rally for relief in the middle of a disaster area.
okay, well then
I
why
mean-
don't you go to Upper Manhattan that has power, that has lights, that has entrance, that has exits, that will allow you to go in and get these durable products a little bit closer to the people that need
Have
them.
you
How
ever-
about 10 miles
Have you
closer
ever been
than
in Manhattan?
600?
That place
I
is
have.
a nightmare to get around.
No, it is not. It is right now. It is right now. However, the president to be, if he is to be elected, has a lot of power at this point to help the people. Instead of campaigning, he decided to have a relief fund in Ohio, 600 miles away from where the relief was needed. He could have gotten closer. He could have gotten into Pennsylvania. He could have gone to he could have gone to upper New York where
Not really.
where places
When-
were not as devastated.
During Katrina, the mayor, Nagin, they actually had trucks with fuel and food and everything else sitting far outside the city because he didn't want them in to get in the way. So a lot of times it's not necessarily,
Headed by your candidate, by your party leader, George W. Bush.
No,
So
that was-
are you
that
saying
was
that Republicans
Mayor
don't
Nagin. That
understand?
that wasn't a Bush decision,
President
that
Bush was the president at that point during Katrina and was a complete failure, not only with FEMA, but a complete failure with the relief of New Orleans. So are you basically saying that the GOP
No, I said that-
doesn't have the
local-
know-how on how to work with FEMA or
The
with disaster
local
relief? Because
government-
Obama, I think, did a valiant job, stepped
came
in
to Vegas for a
before
fundraiser.
the disaster happened.
You know where he is
and,
today, right?
And
You know where he
and
is?
the Republican leader of New Jersey has stepped in and said Obama has been the best friend. I'm paraphrasing, but
Yeah,
but we all know Governor Christie has completely flipped and is now licking at the chops of Obama.
No.
Because he stepped in before the disaster happened and he led FEMA and he was a leader through this whole thing.
I didn't
and,
know FEMA was in Las
and
Vegas.
everybody is praising President Obama for his handling of what happened
Of the photo op.
with this. Oh, speaking of the photo op in Ohio,
That's what it was.
I'm
He was-
giving out hard, durable products to the people of Ohio who also donated them, by the way, just for the photo op. Okay, your question to me, Michelle. I still don't know who your candidate is.
It's only because you haven't heard. You refuse to listen to a word
That's
I
not
said.
true. I think I gave you a lot of time.
You did. You did.
You guys are supposed to come with questions for each other.
We did.
I've given her one.
Okay, it's my turn.
All right.
And now, according to you, the topic was supposed to be LGBT.
Yes.
Yeah. So Richard kind of went off the rails a little bit. But that's okay.
Not really, because I think that it's important for you to explain who Mitt Romney is to me on my terms.
Well,
And so,
it's not necessarily. a
and
bad
if
thing.
if the topic is LGBT, I mean, you know,
okay. I don't care what the topic is.
I want to know how he's going to make it better for not only for me, but the people, the people that I lead, the people that I follow, and the people of my community.
Amazingly
and
enough,
those
that's
people
actually my
can be
question.
straight, and those people can be gay, those people can be transgendered, those people can just be queer.
Well, my question to you is, since, overwhelmingly I don't know if it's nationally, but I know locally here, the Dallas gay community is very much in the tank for Obama. So, since you are so confident that he is going to just, pave the way to riches for the gay community, what has he done, President Obama specifically, and the Democrat Party generally, in the last 4 years, Obama specifically in his entire career, well, his entire life actually, we'll go his whole life, other than hang out with racists, for the gay community? I mean, what law has he written? What law has he passed? What rallies has he marched with? I mean, has he ever, sponsored a gay event? What exactly has he done for the gay community in his entire legislative career beyond, other than say, well, I guess I think it's okay if you guys want to get a piece of paper from the state that says you're married, a permission slip. That's what American
Michelle,
life is.
I think that at some point, words and actions do speak louder.
Okay, so what are
And-
his actions?
And well, I mean, first of all, on national television, to say, I have evolved, and I believe that gays and lesbians should have the right to be married